Hey, happy Halloween, kids. How are you all? My name is Cathy the Cat, and I am here to show you how to make some really easy Halloween treats. And I know this year's really strange for you all. There's no parade, there's no fireworks, you can't get out and trick or treat, but that's no reason why you can have a great party in the house with your mom and dad and your brothers and sisters. I'm going to show you how to make some really easy Halloween goodies. So you might not get all your sweets when you go out trick-or-treating, but I'm going to show you how to make some great things. So we're going to be making 6 things this evening in this cold, spooky Halloween night. And they are, I'm going to show you now, but I'm going to show you how to make everything as we go along. And if you're doing the workshop, what I'll do is I will put a list of everything that you're going to need to do it before the video shown, so you have everything there, and it's so easy. So the 6 things tonight we are going to be making are hot dog mummies, which are gorgeous, healthy treats, which are tangerine pumpkins, white chocolate ghost strawberries, woo, and ghost bananas. We're going to make ghost cupcakes, and we're going to make really yummy Rice Krispie pumpkin buns. Now you're going to need some adult help with some of it, like you're going to need your mom or dad or your granny, grandpa, older brother, sister to help you put some things in and out of the oven, and to heat some chocolate and some of the ingredients up for your Rice Krispie buns. Need a wee bit of help around the cooker, but everything else, and especially the first 3 things we're going to make, you definitely will, you won't be able to make these on your own. So I'm going to show you a wee start. So this is what we're making to start with. So we have got white chocolate strawberry ghosts. Ooh. Tangerine pumpkins, and we're going to start by showing you how to make ghost bananas, and they're so easy. So for your ghost bananas, all you need is bananas, and you take the peel off. So easy. 2 ingredients: bananas and milk chocolate drops. So you need your banana, you cut it in half, so there's your ghost shape, and I have some chocolate drops here, and you know the wee pointy bit of the chocolate drop, you put that under the banana for the eye, and that helps it stick on. So 1 each for the eyes, for the scary mouth. That's it. And you need to set that on your plate with your strawberries and your tangerine pumpkins, which I'm going to show you how to make now. So how easy is that? There's your ghost bananas, and they look great on the plate beside all your healthy treats, and then your not so healthy treats we'll put on a different plate. So what did I do with my bananas? So you can make as many of these as you want. Half a banana is usually enough for 1 treat, because you're going to be eating lots of treats. Let's face it, it's Halloween night. So we'll just do 1 more. 2 wee buttons for eyes and 1 for a mouth. Oh. Now, our tangerine pumpkins, which are so cute. You can see these. I know it's very dark and spooky outside. I hope this light's okay for you kids. But all this is a tangerine, or satsuma, or a mandarin, any of the wee tiny easy peeling oranges that you can get in the supermarket. And all you do is take the skin off and try and take away as much of the pith And that's what that white stuff that surrounds oranges is called. Which is good for you. But just take some off. And I have, and we're going to need these later on when we're making our pumpkin, Rice Krispie pumpkin cakes. These are wee pretzels, just a packet of pretzels. I think I got these in Tesco's. Not very much money, and you just break a wee bit off. Stick it on the top, so there's your wee stalk. You can see. And what I done was I bought a packet of fondant icing. I didn't make any icing. I just mixed a packet of normal fondant icing you can buy in the supermarket or the pound shop. And I just mixed it with some green food colouring. And I made wee leaf shapes. And we're going to need these for the pumpkins, tangerine pumpkins, and our Rice Krispie pumpkins. So I made lots and put them in the fridge to cool. Don't worry if they're a bit soft. Sometimes they can, when you put food colouring under the fondant, it can go soft. But what you can do is make them, put them in the freezer like I did, and then you just take them out and stick one on. So there is our very first plate of scary, healthy Halloween treats. Ghost bananas. That one looks like he's been to the off-licence department. Ghost strawberries, white chocolate strawberries. I'm going to show you how to make them now. And a really cute pumpkin tangerines. So for the white chocolate strawberry ghosts, all we need is strawberries. And this is where you might need some help. If you get your mum or dad, or big brother or sister, or if you're with your granny, granddad, get them to melt some white chocolate. I just use some white chocolate drops in a pan with water, and then in a bowl put your white chocolate, and that stops you burning. Your white chocolate won't overheat and get all grutty and horrible. So all you do is you need to take the end, the bottom of your strawberry off, but leave your wee green top, but the bottom's flat, so when you dip it in chocolate, it can sit and set. So I have some melted white chocolate here, and I am just going to cover my strawberries. And the messier you get, the better, because if it gets on your fingers, kids should have said this to start with as well. Obviously, the first thing you do before you do anything is wash your hands, which I have done, but I forgot to tell you to do it. So before you start, wash your hands. So there is our wee ghost without our eyes, white chocolate. And what you need to do is put that on a plate and do them all at the one time. So if you've got one packet of strawberries, dip all your strawberries in your white chocolate, put them on a plate and put them in the fridge to set. Now, even though I've just done this one, the ones I done before, I let set in the fridge for a wee bit. They only take 5 minutes in the fridge to harden. But I have white or black icing, piping icing. I got a packet of 3 of these in the pound shop. It was like green and black and orange maybe. So when your chocolate's set on your strawberries, all you need to do is a dot for each eye. And you can be as scary as you want. You can do a big massive mouth if you want. Whoa. And just set them in the fridge. 5 minutes, they're done. So that is our white chocolate strawberry ghosts, our ghost bananas, and our cute wee tangerine pumpkins. And they're lovely. Eat all of these. Eat the pretzels as well. It'll go really well with the oranges. Now, the next thing we're going to make is hot dog mummies. And these are such a tasty warm treat. Wipe my fingers. So, I've made some already, just so I'm not taking up time. But if you can see, all it is Frankfurters, puff pastry, which I bought in a sheet which is already rolled out, so you don't have to roll them. And I've cut it into strips, and your strip of your pastry needs to be longer than your hot dog. So the sheet of puff pastry that I bought in Tesco's, ready rolled, I just rolled it out. It wasn't frozen, it was fresh, and I just let it settle out, and I got my hot dogs and cut big strips down the whole way down the pastry. And you can make as many. I would say one sheet of puff pastry would easily make 12 hot dogs. So if you buy one sheet of puff pastry, you would need to buy 12 hot dog sausages. Now these aren't regular sausages, these are like proper hot dog sausages. You can buy them in packets in the fridge department in Tesco's. You can buy them in jars in the pound shop. You can buy them in jars in Tesco's as well, or Sainsbury's or Asda. And they're really cheap, but they're so tasty. So we've got our sheet of puff pastry cut onto a strip, and all we're going to do is at the very top, you need to put it over his wee head, and then roll it around your hot dog sausage. But what you want to do is leave a gap for his wee face, because what we're going to do then when they're cooked is we're going to put either 2 wee dots of tomato ketchup for his eyes, or 2 wee dots of mustard, yellow eyes. They're my favourite. Mustard's my favourite. But you can put ketchup, or you can put brown sauce, but you need to leave a wee face space to put his eyes, his wee scary mummy eyes when he's cooked. And that is it. So we've got our wee mummy hot dog rolled in pastry. Now, the only thing you need to do to make a pastry lovely and brown and crispy is, all this is 1 egg, just beaten, nothing else in it. There's no salt or pepper or anything in it. It's just 1 egg. And I've just beaten that, and I've coated the rest of them. And just cover your pastry. So when your pastry's cooked, it's lovely and brown and crispy. So here we go. We've got a wee tray. We've got a wee tray of mummy hot dogs, and I've left a wee space at the top of every one for their eyes. So your oven, and this is where you're going to need your mommy or daddy or your brother, sister, or an adult in the house to help you. Your oven needs to be on at 180 if it's an electric oven, or gas mark 4 if it's a gas oven. And they need to go into the middle of the shelf, and they only take about 10 minutes and they're cooked. So when they're on cooking, we're going to get on with the rest of the treats that we're doing. So we've already made our ghost bananas, our ghost white chocolate strawberries, and our tangerine pumpkins. Now we are going to make our Rice Krispie cakes. So in this bowl, and don't worry about having to remember about the ingredients. I will give you all the ingredients before you see this video, so that if you want to do any of it, you can get your mum and dad or somebody to go out and help you get your shopping in. So on here, I know it looks kind of brown because it's dark and spooky outside, but it is quite orange. And what is on here, which is what's going to hold all our Rice Krispie pumpkins together, is a packet of mini marshmallows and 25 grams of butter. That's all's on here. Sorry, orange food colouring as well. There is orange food colouring on here. But what you need to do is get an adult to help you to the same thing with a pan and water. You need to put your marshmallows and your butter into your bowl and heat it up very, very gently. It might take about 10-15 minutes until all your marshmallows melt. When your marshmallows and butter are all melted and you mix them really, really well together, you can add your food colour. You can put as much orange food colour in as you want. Mine's is quite authentic pumpkin colour. So you can be as bright or as not bright orange as you want. But I like mine looking like real pumpkins. And here we have 80 grams of Rice Krispies. They're not real Rice Krispies, they're just Tesco alternative, really cheap and cheerful, and they taste exactly the same. So what we do is we don't add them all at the one time, we add them a wee bit at a time. And this is where you need maybe somebody with you, because your marshmallow and butter mixture gets really, really sticky, and you might need somebody to help you hold the bowl, even if your big brother or sister's there. So you just add your Rice Krispies on, maybe about your 80 grams, do that maybe about 3 times until you get them all mixed in. Now, you want them to be nice and squishy, but you want to make sure all your Rice Krispies are covered with them yummy marshmallows. And these are going to have to set in the fridge for about 10 minutes. That's all it takes for them to go to set. And I don't know if you can see this, but can you see all the yummy, sticky, stringy bits? That's what's going to make it amazing when they set. So I'm just going to add the rest of my Rice Krispies on. Kids, I hope you're all going to dress up as well for Halloween. I know you might not be able to get out and about this year, which is really sad for everybody, and we all know how special Halloween is in Derry and how much of a celebration it is, but it's really important that we celebrate at home this year. And we decorate our houses and we make it a celebration for our family. And next year, when we can all get out and about again, it's going to be even more a celebration than it normally is. I think that is all mine. Oh, you definitely are going to have to get a bit of help doing this. Somebody's going to have to hold the bowl for you. So, I'll just show you that wee mixture now. And get rid of this pan because we don't need it anymore. So, that is our yummy yellow orange Rice Krispie pumpkin mixture. And what we're going to do is plate or bowl, anything flat that you can sit them on. And you just, oh, it's so sticky. It's class. And this is why you need clean hands. You just roll them into a ball as much as you can. Your hands are going to get sticky and Rice Krispies are going to stick to your fingers. But you just want a wee ball about that size. Smaller than a tennis ball, bigger than a golf ball. And you just use all that mixture up into them balls. And just like the Tangerine Pumpkins, we use the same decoration. The wee pretzel stick for the stalk and the wee fondant leaves that I made earlier, which are really, you're going to find really easy to make as well at home. So we'll just make some more of these and put them in the fridge to cool and set. Then we're going to check on our mummies in the oven, and then we're going to make the last thing we're going to make, which is ghost cupcakes. Ooh. Now I know some of you kids are amazing MasterChef bakers, Bake Off Junior, geniuses, and you'll want to make your own cupcakes, which you can do, and I'm sure lots of you can. But because we want to make so many dishes tonight for our party, I decided for our cupcakes just to buy a pack of 12 chocolate cupcakes from Tesco's. They're really cheap. If you want to make a day of baking, then of course I will put a recipe up for cupcakes if you want to make your own cupcakes from scratch. That isn't a problem. But just for time tonight, because we're so busy making so many Halloween dishes, I bought the cupcakes, but I made white chocolate icing. And I will show you, well, I've made it because it's a wee bit, it takes a long time, maybe about 15-20 minutes to make it. So I've made it already, but I will tell you exactly what's in it and exactly how to make it. And it's so easy. It's only 3 ingredients. That's all's there. So my fingers are so sticky. Oh my God, I want to try some of this now. Sticky marshmallow. And don't worry if your pumpkins aren't exactly looking like pumpkins when you do this, because it's so wet and sticky. But when they sit in the fridge and they come out and you've washed your hands, you can roll them about a wee bit better to make them look a wee bit more like pumpkins. So I've got some here now. They aren't looking exactly like pumpkins just yet. But let me wash my hands, kids. So I'll show you. They're not really looking like pumpkins just yet, but we're going to put them in the fridge, and in 5-10 minutes time we'll be able to, they'll be cold, we'll be able to take them out, and then we'll be able to shape them and make them into pumpkins. Now, I know I says, oh, you can make leaves from the fondant icing, and you may, oh, I don't know, I've never made leaves. So what I've done was I kept a bit of fondant icing here, which I've mixed with green food colouring, and it's a bit wet and a bit sticky and a bit, you're thinking, oh, it's not so much like plasticine, it's more like Play-Doh that's been lying out in the rain. What you do is just get a wee tiny plate of icing sugar, and you roll your fondant in the icing sugar, and that makes it really, and I've got icing sugar all over me, I can see that. It makes it really easy to work with. So you just roll a wee tiny ball in your icing sugar in your hand, and if you feel it sticking to your hands, just put a wee bit more icing sugar on it. And then I know you're a creative lot. You just make a wee leaf shape. So you need a wee point at the bottom, and just flatten it out. Make your wee point, and then you have your wee leaf shape. I don't know if you can see that very well. And you put them in the fridge or the freezer. They're great in the freezer as well, and they'll set and they'll be perfect on top of your pumpkins when your pumpkins cool. So that is how to make a wee fondant leaf. And wash my hands again. So, for our ghost cupcakes, this bit of icing sugar in my tops, do my head on, but anyway. As I say, if you're being wee master chefs, you make away at your cupcakes, and if you want a recipe for that, I'll put that up for you too. I cheated and bought these, which is really handy when you're having a party and you've got lots to do. Then it's so much easier and sometimes a lot cheaper just to buy them, and the icing tastes that amazing that these are going to taste 10 times better than when they come out of the packet. So our icing, which is white chocolate buttercream icing. And in here we have, you can make, I've got 12 cupcakes here. I don't think this is going to cover 12 cupcakes. I think this will probably cover maybe about 8. But to make 8 cupcakes, so if there's 4 of you in the house, 2 cupcakes is enough. I have 100 grams, really easy recipe. 100 grams of icing sugar, 100 grams of butter, and 100 grams of white chocolate. And if it can be white chocolate drops or a bar of white chocolate, cooking chocolate. But what you do is you take your butter, and it has to be butter, not margarine, or it won't work. You take your butter out of the fridge and let your butter go really soft. And that's 100 grams. So it's the same amount of butter, sugar, and chocolate. And what you do is you let your butter go soft. And you can, if your butter's really soft, you don't need an electric mixer. You could beat it with a whisk, or beat it really hard with a spoon until it's nice and light and fluffy. Then, the same way that you melted chocolate for your white chocolate ghosts, you need to melt your white chocolate in a bowl over a pan with some hot water, not in a microwave and not directly on the oven because the hob, because it will burn. Let's check our mummies. They're doing great. So you might need help getting your white chocolate mixed. Then when your butter and your sugar is all lovely and light and fluffy, no matter how you beat it, and your chocolate is melted, you need to take your chocolate off the heat and let it sit for 5 minutes. That's it. Just until it cools down a wee bit. And then what you do is you add it in a wee bit at a time and just keep beating it. Just keep beating it until it's nice and fluffy and soft. Now, these are piping bags from the pound shop, and you get 20 for £1, and they are perfect. You don't need nozzles, you don't need swanky piping bags. But if you haven't got a piping bag and your mum's got, your mum and your dad or your granny's got, so your auntie or uncle has got some sandwich bags, you can do exactly the same thing. Your sandwich bag is square, just cut the corner of your sandwich bag and turn it that way and put your icing under it. Where we hold the bottom, it's going to come out exactly the same way. But these are really handy, so I'm just going to show you how to do a few of these. Now my ice is a wee bit soft because I've just made it. So if you want yours to be a wee bit firmer, put it in the fridge for 5 minutes, but not too long, because it will go hard and then you won't be able to pipe it. So I am going to get a cupcake here and attempt to show you how to pipe a ghost. So you just go round, and you want to come up, and you want to leave a wee peak at the top, so he's going to look like a wee ghost. And you do that for as many. So your wee peak at the top, so it's his wee head. So I'm only going to show you how to do a few, but you just use all your icing up and all your cupcakes. And then we'll show you how to make them on the ghosts. So I am just going to use all this icing up, because I know somebody in this house that would eat all these on their own, and it's not me. And I think she might have 4 legs and a waggly tail and loves chocolate cupcakes. And that's Jess the dog. So we're just going to use all this icing up, and then we're going to get them in the fridge to set up. I'm going to show you how to turn them on the ghosts. It's so easy, and you have everything here anyway. So we have a wee bowl of milk chocolate drops from making our ghost bananas, and it's the same thing. Now, you can put a wee mouth on if you want. I kind of like just 2 wee eyes. And then what we're going to do is put these in the fridge to set. They don't take very long. And then we are going to get our mummies out of the oven. And we are going to set everything up for our party. And I hope these are all going to be carving pumpkins. Or, you know, when I was a kid, there was no pumpkins. You couldn't get pumpkins in there. You had to get, you had to beg your mum or your dad, mostly your dad, actually, to get a turnip. And he used to have to hollow out the turnip, and it cuts the turnip is so hard. It used to take ages. Ooh. It used to take ages. And then you would put a wee candle inside your turnip with your eyes cut up in your mouth instead of a pumpkin. And you used to take that round, going trick-or-treating around the streets. But now we're swanking with pumpkins. So I'm going to put this in the fridge. And I am bringing out my pumpkin, Rice Krispie pumpkins. So they're so much easier now to roll and handle. They're not so sticky. And you can roll them into wee balls and make them more pumpkin shaped. So I can see that. I'll show you anyway when they're done. And the same decoration as the pumpkin oranges. And 1 pack of pretzels. There's loads to do this. So, your wee pretzel, just break a bit off. So you've got like a wee stalk. Stick that on the top of your Rice Krispie pumpkin. I just put one on each and then I'll show you. I'll show you then what they look like. They're so cute. So cute and so easy to make. And our last stalk here. There we go. And our leaves. Oh, what am I like? My leaves are here. So, there's our wee sticky Rice Krispie pumpkin. Can you see with the wee stalk sticking out? And we're just going to set a wee leaf on there. And we'll put one on each. Set them back in the fridge for 2 minutes until we get our mummies out of the oven, and then we get everything together on the table for our party. So I'm just going to put our pumpkins into the fridge. And we will check on our mummies in the oven. Oh, they're ready. So that was about 7 to 10 minutes. I'm just going to turn the oven off, and you get help getting somebody to take these out of the oven for you. They're very, very, very hot. And what do we see if we can see? Oh, this is a bit hot. So we've got our mummies. We're going to put them on a plate, and we're going to put some mustard eyes on them. Now you can help with this as well, taking them from the tray because they are so hot. But remember that your mummies have got wee spaces for their faces. So you want to keep them all the same way. So when you put the eyes on, everybody can see their eyes and everybody knows their mummies. And we just get this hot tray out of the way, and you get help to do this as well, please. Now, I have, this is just squeezy mustard, and you don't, if you kids, I know if you don't like mustard, don't use mustard. Ketchup's great, just 2 wee blobs of red sauce is perfect for their eyes. And you want to let these cool for about 5 minutes before you eat them, because they are very hot. Now, ready, I just get a napkin and lift one up to show you. Whoa, we have our hot dog mummies. So we've got loads of healthy food. We have fruit. We have loads of sweet treats with our white chocolate strawberries and our Rice Krispie pumpkins. And then we have some nice savoury treats, which is our hot dogs. And what we're going to do now is put it all out on the table and we're ready for our party. So I'm going to start laying everything out, and then I'm going to move the camera over and I'll put the big lights on and you'll see what our party's going to look like. Oh, it's nearly party time. And you know what you could be doing if you got your big brother or sister, if you have a big brother or sister, or you could get your mum and then surprise your dad. But if you had a big brother or sister help you, then you could surprise your mum or dad, or your granny, granddad, your auntie or uncle, whoever is looking after you on Halloween night when you're getting ready for your party. But this, oh, this is what our party table is going to look like. Can we say, wow? You know what? If I got them trick-or-treating, I would be very, very, very happy. So that is our party table. We've got 1, 2, 3, 5, 6 treats that you can make all by yourself. And you're going to have a fantastic Halloween. So I just want to say, happy Halloween and have a great, safe holiday. And all my love to all you and all your family, and have